The world is talking about the possibility of a nuclear war. Putin has kept his forces on high alert. But this raises the question that how many nuclear bombs does Russia have? And how many countries are equipped with nuclear technology? Did you know that out of 195 countries in the world, there are only 9 countries who share the technology of making a nuclear bomb? How is nuclear power connected to world wars? Without further ado, let's dive into the history. The US was the first country to successfully test a nuclear bomb in July 1945. Not long after, the US dropped a nuclear bomb in Hiroshima and Nagasaki of Japan. Both bombs caused more than 2 lakh casualties. After the surrender of Japan, the US powers were being demonstrated in the world. This resulted in the end of World War II. But after seeing the powers of the USSR accelerated its own nuclear research programs. This unleashed the Cold War era. Both superpowers were in a race to gain more technological supremacy. Both the US and USSR kept adding their nuclear arsenals with the aim to threaten each other with an attack. Amid the Cold War chaos, the United Kingdom tested their first nuclear bomb. By this time, the arms race between the US and USSR had escalated. Both countries developed advanced technologies and nuclear submarines. At the peak of the Cold War, Russia had more than 45,000 warheads, whereas the United States had more than 70,000. As China conducted its first successful atomic bomb test, both the United Nations and the Soviet Union proposed a treaty on the non-proliferation of nuclear weapons through the United Nations. The non-proliferation treaty separated the 5 countries, the US, the USSR, United Kingdom, France and China from the rest of the world. It was proposed that these 5 countries cannot share the knowledge of nuclear arms with other countries. In addition, remaining countries cannot attempt to obtain nuclear weapons either. The treaty was formed to prevent the spread of nuclear weapons and promote cooperation in the peaceful use of nuclear energy. India, Pakistan and Israel were already on the cusp of discovering nuclear technology around this time. On 11th May 1998, India conducted its peaceful nuclear test. The year was 1962. When the Indo-China War sparked between the countries. India lost 4,000 of its soldiers. After China conducted its first successful nuclear bomb test, India set off on the mission to develop its own nuclear weapons as well. Under the government of Atal Bihari Vajpayee, scientists developed a secret team and worked at night to avoid satellites and the CIA. India made history by conducting 3 successful nuclear tests. India became one of the countries that successfully developed nuclear weapons. But as of today, how many nuclear warheads do each of these countries have? And what is the estimated global nuclear warhead count? Let's look at some numbers. Russia has the most number of nuclear warheads at 5,997. It is followed by the US at 5,428. China has 350 nuclear warheads, whereas France has 290 and United Kingdom has 225. Pakistan has 165 and India follows it by 160. North Korea has 20 nuclear warheads and Israel has 90. The US is the only country among all that is decreasing its nuclear stockpiles. A nuclear attack raises n number of consequences for the world, if the world survives. It is understood among the world leaders that nuclear wars should never be fought. But with Putin's efforts of acquiring Ukraine, will the world see a nuclear war?